Hello, everybody. I missed you guys, and it's good to be back. I have some extra time now, and with the announcement of FS25 coming out, I thought this would be a great time to do one last series on FS22 before we hit the ground running with FS25. I also realized, as I was looking for a map, that I have never done a series on No Man's Land. I mean, every YouTuber and their dog has done a series on No Man's Land, except for me, apparently. So, this is going to be my No Man's Land series. You know, we haven't heard much out of Alien Jim over the last year or so. I hope he's doing well, and I hope that we get this and some of his other maps on FS25. It would be a real shame if we didn't have No Man's Land on FS25. This is the classic survival map on FS22 and FS19. This map has been around for a long time and it hasn't lost its popularity at all. Because it's a really fun map to play. It's very challenging. If you are unfamiliar with No Man's Land, let me show you the map. We're the only ones here. There are no other farms. There's this little farm down here. It's a patch of grapevines, and I think there's an old barn down there too. But that's really the only signs of any other civilization on the map. This is our lot right here. So we do have some room back here and over here to plant some crops, and we also have quite a few trees here, down here next to the lake, that we can also make money off of. But Alien Jim has kind of put us in a predicament. All of our equipment is old. It's all damaged, and it's all pretty much worthless. So if we go into our inventory here of tools, looking at our tractor is worth 2,600 bucks. Our harvester, 2,200 bucks. Our car, $780. So we will be selling a lot of this stuff, but we're not selling it for the money. We're just selling it to free up barn space. So I was going through some ideas on this map, and you know, while Alien Jim starts us off with some pretty rough equipment and some pretty rough housing, and our silo is pretty rough, and the only nice thing on the farm is this shop and that shed over there. Everything else is pretty ratty. But even though he starts us off with some pretty ratty stuff, he also gives us a very nice helping hand. I'm going to stay away from the collectibles. If you're unfamiliar with the map, I won't spoil it by telling you where they are, but they are easily accessible. And you could end up with a whole bunch of money real quick. And that would kind of spoil my plan here, because what I would like to do is combine some of Alien Jim's productions that he provides, which are very generous, with my new favorite production, which is mayonnaise production. I've always thought that there should be something that you can do with eggs. Donuts came along, perfect. That's a great thing to do with eggs. But there really wasn't much else except just sell eggs or make a cake, or, you know. So I was really excited to see the mayonnaise production come around. It's greatly overpowered, especially if you use the sell point that comes with it. But I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're just going to leave it as is. I'm not sure, but I think that the sell point at the dealership will buy mayonnaise, and if it doesn't, then we will set up a buy or a sell everything somewhere, because the sell point for the mayonnaise is just greatly overpowered, especially on easy economy. We have a field here, one field. It is withered potatoes. we're not going to use this as a field. For mayonnaise production, this field would not provide us with anything that we need. We need to be able to produce oil, canola, sunflower, or olive oil, and we need eggs. So we're going to have to feed chickens. This field's not big enough to do either of those things. However, it is large enough to serve as a very nice yard in addition to this area over here and hold some of our greenhouses. So I think that's the very first thing I want to do is place some greenhouses. I'm going to prepare this field to be used as a yard just by putting down some dirt. That's animal mud. That is asphalt. Where's dirt? There's dirt. And I do use the free landscaping mod. Sue me. Gotta be careful on this border over here. This field is right on the property line. Although we should be buying, I'll go this way a little more. We should be buying that field in the not too distant future. All right. We might as well just go ahead and turn all of this into dirt too. It's going to be dirt eventually. All right, now we have a nice big yard. So let's put down some greenhouses. First thing I want to put down is one of these vine houses. Actually, I'm going to put down two of these. I don't want to completely overpower so that I'm running everything off of greenhouses, but I want to have some sort of income when my fields are not ready to harvest. So I think the best way to do that is with a couple of these. These will produce olives, which can in turn be turned into olive oil. All right, so we've got that one there. I also want to put in one of these. And this is also a little bit overpowered, but I think I'm going to use it anyway. Because it's my Let's Play, and I can do what I want. I'm going to put that there. We're going to use that to grow some sunflowers. And so now we've got olives and sunflowers, and that should allow us to be able to still produce mayonnaise even if we're not producing, even if we don't have a crop currently producing something. All right, now we're going to throw some alien gem stuff into the mix because neither of these two things are going to make us any money in the near future. So let's do some of these greenhouses that you can only get on No Man's Land. And we're going to do... I think we might want to do... Let's do one of each for now. Do one flower, one mushroom. All right, and I think that is going to work for us there. I do also want to put down one of these, and I don't know if this will actually work with these greenhouses. I know that it'll work with the open air garden because it's made by Omatana, but I don't know if this will actually work with the greenhouses. Hopefully it will. For right now, we are just going to do water for everything. So where do I want to place this? I'm sorry if I'm making you dizzy. We'll put that there. Yeah. Okay. And now, we can use the water that we have here. And that's okay, but it's kind of a pain because you have to open the valve every time you want to use it, and it only gives you so much water before it shuts itself back off. So while it looks cool, I think we're not going to use it. We're going to use another water source that's actually much faster. You get water a whole lot faster out of it. So we'll go here. Where is it? Oh, buildings, container. And we're going to do the tap and portable jet washer. So this will fill us up really fast. It will also jet wash our vehicles if we choose to have it do that. We're going to put that right there. Yeah, that is correct. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, I'm going to pay for store deliveries here. And we need to buy a water tanker. So we're going to buy the tried and true Omatana TARDIS Liquid XL. We're going to go ahead and make this, we'll just make it chrome. That's a nice color. I wish you could turn that a different color, but you can't. All right, so we're going to buy that. Let's see. I don't know if we can use the truck on this tanker or not. Maybe so, maybe no. Maybe no. Okay. All good. We got the Steyr 8150. I have kind of a soft place in my heart for this little tractor. I really like it, but this particular version of it with all the damage does not run very well. And unless you're just going to stay on a small farm for a long time, this tractor outgrows its usefulness pretty quickly. But it is fun to drive. And we may keep it on the farm just for this sort of thing. All right, so I believe that this will hold 500,000 liters. Okay, so we're going to put 500,000 liters in this, and I'll get back to you. All right, we're all full of water. So let's turn water on. We're going to tell it to distribute. We're going to turn our flowers, mushrooms, and sunflowers on. The flowers and the mushrooms, I'm going to set to selling. And that's going to be kind of our automatic income. As long as there's water in it, it's going to make flowers, it's going to make mushrooms, and it's going to make money. All right, so I'm going to fast forward in time a little bit. I don't think this is already... Well, we've only got 2 minutes to wait, so I want to see if... Or 1 minute. I want to see if this is going to distribute water to the mushrooms and flowers. Whoops, that is not what I wanted to do at all. I didn't want to press F8. I wanted to press 8. All right, let's see if it's got any water in it. It does. Okay, so our water distribution is going to work there. Does it work here? No, it does not. Oh, I didn't set that to start anything, did I? No, I didn't. All right, so we're going to grow olives and we're going to store those until we're ready to turn them into oil. Trees popped up. Let's see if we get any water. No. No, we do not. That is a conundrum. Because I don't want to have to give, I don't want to have to put water in that thing every day. So that's running. Oh, that took almost all the water. Okay. All right, so let me look in the mod hub and see what kind of water distribution system I can find. I've used one before, but I'm not sure I want to use it again. Let me take a look. I'll get back to you. All right, I found this mod, the water distributor. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. Fortunately, I use a mod that if I buy a building or a production and then I sell it in the same day, I get back my money in full. Which, you know, the way the game works and you place something and it affects other things, you know, I think that's fair. You place something and it screws something else up, and then you can remove it and get your money back, fix the ground, and then replace it in the right way. I think that's fair. So we're going to remove this. Actually, no, we're not going to remove this, because what it's going to want to do is sell it. And then at the same time, it's going to sell all this water. And water's expensive. So I think what I'm going to do, I don't think it actually sent it all over to that open air garden. I think it's still in here. No, it's empty. Okay, so I should be able to sell this without making a bunch of money on water. Yeah, it did. It sold $3,491 in water. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. It's not that much money. So we're $3,500 up on the deal. All right, so we're going to install this water distributor. And this will also let you get water in a tanker, in addition to distributing water to your productions. So I'm going to put it right there so we can still get to the loading side of it. Put it right there. Come back over here to our containers, and then we can find our hose again. It's down here at the end. And we'll put it right here out in front. All right, I think this may have an actual larger capacity. Nope, it has the same capacity. We may be increasing that at some point, but for right now, I'll put 500,000 liters of water in it, just like I did before. I'll get back to you. I realized after I started filling this one up that the reason why the other one wasn't giving water to the olives was that it didn't have any water to give. The olives weren't on when it originally distributed water, so it sent all of the water that it had to the open garden and to the mushrooms and flowers. So when I turned on olives and expected it to get water, there was no water for it to get. So that other one probably would have worked just fine, but that's okay. I haven't used this one before. And now, since the open air garden is pretty much full, that 500,000 liters will last a lot longer with those smaller greenhouses. So all in all, it's a win-win. The next thing I want to do is to plow this piece of land over here and plant sorghum for chickens. At the store, there is a couple of signposts that you can cut down and remove all of the trees or remove all of the rocks from the map. I decided not to do that. I usually like to remove the rocks, but I decided just to remove the rocks that are in my way by using the hide mod. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what it does. It hides things. It takes them off the map as if they don't exist. They're still there, you just can't see them, and they have no collision. So I've hidden the rocks, and then I used landscaping to flatten out the terrain. So the rocks that were once in my way are no longer in my way. So I think the next logical thing to do is to plow this up. I just don't know if we have the money to do that right now. We will make some money overnight, but if I could get a day's worth of growth before we sleep, that would be good. So let me check into it. I'll get back to you. All right, so I think the best course of action, we could probably get this plowed today, but we wouldn't have enough money for cedar, and it's just probably not the right thing to do to try to rush things. So I think what we're going to do, we've set some things in motion here. We've laid some groundwork. I think the best thing to do is to sleep, and then we get a good estimate of how much money we're going to make from those 2 greenhouses every day, and then also what the production of that is going to be, and what our olive production is going to look like. Right now we are producing some products, and we can sell those in order to advance our goals here. We don't have to wait around and save our sunflowers that just grew a little more to make mayonnaise. We can sell the first round of sunflowers if we need to, because we do need to get that backfield created and seeded. So we're going to sleep, and I will see you guys in September, and we'll see where we are. Well, here, first of all, let's take a tour of our living quarters. Here are the facilities. You might want to go before it gets dark. Just saying. And then here's the house. It's not really any better. You might want to check behind the couch for a guy with a chainsaw. But you do have a nice computer system here. A nice early 90s computer system. So that's good. I'm just going to be dirty. And I may sleep standing up. So at any rate, I'll see you guys in September. Good morning. It is a beautiful September morning. Love the colors on this map. Everything is just bright and cheerful. And hey, we made about 30 grand overnight. So that's cool. See what we got here. Oh, and 1 million liters of water in there. Stop taking all my water. Dang. We got no water. Got water there. Any water here? No. The one place that really needs to have water doesn't have water. Wait, how much does this hold? Good Lord. It holds 1 million liters. Okay, well now it's full. So I'm going to go ahead and fill up that tank again, and then we're going to talk about maybe selling some sunflowers. How many sunflowers do we have here? 7,000 liters. That's maybe 15, 20 grand. What are we looking at here? Oh, well, there's an easy way to tell. We're going to use the time-saving stock check. Yeah, we got $16,000 in sunflowers. We got another 9 in olives. So once we sell all of the gear, and let me get the tanker. I'm going to put water in the tank, and then I'll get back to you and we'll talk about it. So I think what we're going to do here is we are going to set our olives and sunflowers to sell, and we're going to advance time for an hour. And advance time. All right, so now we have $108,000, which is better. I'm going to set those back to storing so we don't sell off all of our mayonnaise making materials. What am I doing? Okay, those are all storing now. And now we have $108,000. We're going to sell a few things that we will never ever use. I'm gonna keep the harvester for a little while. Just on the off chance that we can't afford another one when the time comes. Oh, we're also gonna keep this trailer because it should be useful for feeding chickens for a while anyway, and it ain't worth much. So, we are gonna sell off the plow for 400 bucks. And the cultivator for 360 bucks. And the seeder for 1,000. And then for now, I think we're going to keep everything else. We're going to go to the sale here. Can't remember if I turned on store deliveries or not. I don't think I did. I'm going to chance it. So we're going to go here. We have a 225 horsepower Massey Ferguson in the sale. So we're going to buy that. Maybe a huge mistake. But I've made bigger mistakes. All right, now plow. This is the one I wanted to use. It's 330. That's not ever going to work. So we will go with this, and we have the money to out and out buy it, so we might as well. It says 320, but there's a little cheaty that you can hook up to either side of it. So that's what we're going to do. What are the other functions? Oh, mulcher. Nope. We're going to buy that as is. We're going to make us a field. To make this easy for workers, I really like my fields to be aligned at 90, 180, 270, and 0. The workers will almost always lock into one of those coordinates very, very easily. So I try to keep my fields squared in those directions, in those cardinal ordinates. So we're going to make a field. We're going to do some logging for sure. We're going to take those trees out, or some of those trees and some of those, but we're going to be turning those into wood chips because logging ain't my thing. So, but for these little small trees, these are, for all intents and purposes, they're worthless. So I'm going to use easy development mod, delete objects, and we're just going to get those out of our way. So I'm going to get all of these done and we'll get back to plowing. Field created. You know, I'm kind of glad that we didn't have the horsepower to pull that other plow, because this is plenty. You know, these fields always look bigger to me than they really are once I start working them. So, yeah, this plow is more than enough. And we got a new tractor out of the deal. So, now we need to look at seeders and how we're going to possibly afford one. I'll get back to you. So I think given our current financial status, the best course of action is probably going to be just to lease a seeder for now. I know we're going to want something pretty big in the future because we're going to have massive fields, I think, before we're done with this thing. But for right now, we've got one field to plant, so I'm going to lease something somewhat reasonable, and we're going to get our field planted. So I'm going to go straight to my favorite here. I always fall back on this seeder because it just works. 9 meters, works on just about any field. It's a little big for some fields, but it works on just about every field. Easy to use. I like it. So we're going to lease this. 5 grand. Worth it to get our field seeded. Can't get chickens till we get some chicken food. Yeah, I know we could buy chicken food, but that kind of defeats the purpose. I don't like to buy animal food. So we're going to buy some fertilizer. We're also going to buy a big old bag of seeds. As far as the game settings that I have going, right now we are playing on new farmer mode, which means we're in an easy economy. I have everything except weeds turned off. So no crop destruction, no plowing, no stones, no lime. But we do have to weed, which I think is fair. All of the worker stuff is turned off. So yeah, we're set up for a nice, easy game where we make a lot of money. Whoops, I don't want to plant wheat. I want to plant sorghum. And I'm sure glad I realized that before I got halfway through the field. Wait, what? Okay. Now we're lowered. We should be turned on. And now we are seeding sorghum. Say that 10 times fast. Some of you are actually doing it. All right, this is a good sized field, so even at 9 meters, it's going to take a while. So we're going to do a time lapse. Well, that is the major portion of the field done. I'll clean up these little bits right here. And I think I'll do the rest of this myself just to save a little money. But speaking of money, when we started seeding this field, we had a little over $16,000. And now we have a little over $19,000. So mushrooms and flowers are very good money makers. And if at some point we need to up our income, we can always install a couple more of those. But I really want this to be about the mayonnaise. What I want is for this to just be a fun, relaxed playthrough on No Man's Land. And try to make $10,000. Or $10,000. We've already done that. No, I would like to make $10 million before FS25 comes out. So $10 million or FS25, whichever comes first. That's what we're going for. Personally, I think we're going to make the $10 million way before FS25 comes out. But I'm optimistic like that. At any rate, it's good to be back. I really love this game and enjoy this game, and I've missed making videos for you guys. But I have fulfilled my personal obligations, and now I've got some more time on my hands, and I'm going to be back making videos. The plan for now is to do one video per week, and to release those videos on Thursday. And I try to release them pretty early in the morning, Central Time, so that, you know, people can watch them whenever during the day. So they usually pop up about 8 o'clock in the morning. So we'll just say Thursdays at 8. So I truly hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would appreciate a thumbs up or a subscription. If you did not like this video, please post a comment and tell me why. Either way, thanks so much for being here. I'll see you next time.